Hey everyone, Scott Cunningham, aka Sconcy Business. Today we're going to be talking about Steemit and how it's been acquired by Tron. So this was very recent. It happened on Valentine's, which was the exact same day where Voice launched in the US only in its beta. I doubt it was a coincidence that they came out and said this on the same day, but it's very big news because Tron recently acquired DLive, and that will migrate from Lino in April. And now they've acquired Steemit, which is the biggest DApp on Steam and probably one of the biggest dapps in the world just in general. They've got millions of users. At one point, their peak value was like $13 per Steem. There's probably like 26 cents per Steem now. There's a ridiculous amount of Steem. I'm pretty sure Steemit had about 70 million Steem, putting them as one of the like major shareholders of Steem. And because Tron has also acquired that, they now have a major influence on the Steem blockchain, as well as they are going to be taking the #1 dApp and migrating it onto Tron. So it's either going to use both or maybe just Tron. They haven't entirely laid that out yet. They mentioned that there might be a token swap, but there's no news on that yet either because there's no price guarantees or anything like that. So again, keep this in mind. If Steem does drop a bunch and they have a nice price, they have a nice token swap, and say they give 3% premium like they're doing with Lino. The thing is, Lino is at a set price, and yes, you are 100% going to get more value with the premium, but if they put a premium and do a token swap on Steem and then a bunch of people sell their Steem, then naturally you're actually going to lose money, because even if you get a premium on a lower value of Steem, then you're not getting much of a premium unless the premium makes up for it. But again, I doubt that they will purposely go out of their way to give you extra money. So, definitely do consider that. We still don't know exactly what is going to happen, but there are going to be like giveaways and airdrops and stuff to Tron users. So they're definitely trying to incentivize people from Steem to come on to Tron. They also said that they want to encourage other dApps to migrate to Tron. So if that were to happen, if other dApps in the Steem ecosystem all decided, let's all go to Tron. If Apix, 3Speak, and DTube all said Tron, basically everyone would probably go to Tron. I know there's still like interfaces like SteamPeak and busy.org, but I feel like if all the video hosting applications are gone, then a lot of their pull is going to be gone, because if you're just sharing articles that have YouTube videos, then how decentralized is that really compared to actual like native videos on the Steem blockchain? It's very different. But regardless, I'm sure everyone has got questions as to how this is going to affect everything. I've got the same questions. For me, I really hope that Tron is going to improve upon Steem. I mean, they've only had Steemit for a week now, and we've seen communities roll out. Even though it's been planned for a long time, it's nice to see it actually roll out. They also made an upgrade to Steem where you can now see people's Steem power right on their bio, and everyone has been given a rank on Steem. So that's very interesting. That was something that I had no idea was going to come out. And apparently, according to the ranking system, and I have no idea how the ranking system actually works, I am rank 5,947. So that's pretty cool out of millions of people. In terms of most followed, I'm in like the top like 400. But in terms of whatever the ranking determines, I think that's pretty cool to be in the top 6,000. So, whatever, I'll take it. New things though, they got a lot of development ever since they've been taken over, and it's only been a week, so that is pretty impressive. They're definitely making a lot of strides to make improvements and do more stuff. As you can see at the top here, communities are live. You can go and check that out as well. That's pretty cool. I've been using Steemit for 2.5 years. I really enjoyed it, and I don't want to see Steem go away. So my hope is that all the other dApps stay on Steem. We keep working on Steem. We keep pushing, and Tron is an addition rather than taking it all over. But regardless of how it plays out, I'll be just as excited to use Steemit as a fully Tron platform and then still use DTube and everything else on Steem. I do think if most Steem dapps end up transitioning, for all we know, I don't know exactly what DTube's thoughts are, but when I look at DTube and see how they have their own chain, even though it isn't testnet, it makes me wonder, okay, if Steem fails entirely, will they go off and just make their own chain and work on their own chain? Or will they transition to Tron? Or they could maybe even do all three for all I know, since they've already got experience with working with two chains. I'm very curious to see how this plays out because, again, I don't want to see all these dapps, fall off. If anything, I think the best scenario is that Tron just helps Steem and everyone wins. I think the second best scenario is everyone goes to Tron and it's a smooth transition and no one has any issues with Tron and everything's good. I think the worst scenario, or one of the bad scenarios, is where some dapps do, some dapps don't, and there's a huge clash and it ends up just rocking the boat too much and a bunch of people just stop bothering. I think the most important thing is that everything moves on smoothly, and as long as we can make this as painless as possible for the end user, that's the most important thing. It shouldn't be complicated and just a struggle for the end user. One thing that I do think will be really interesting to see is because Steemit has like a 1 to 2 week approval process. If Tron can somehow fix that or change that, I think then we'll see a lot more people signing up to Steemit, because I'm pretty sure that's more inherent to the Steem blockchain. So I don't know how exactly that'll play out with Tron, but I am curious to see how that will work. So this is the actual announcement, or rather this was him talking about the AMA that they did. But regardless, like you can see here, this is Ned's account. He's saying how he sold Steemit and then linking to Justin talking about the AMA. You can check out the AMA. It wasn't super informative. They ended up really just saying, yes, we feel really good about this and we don't know exactly what's going to happen. They said, we don't know what's happening with the token swap. We don't know what's happening with the other dapps. So there wasn't really a ton of information. You can see a little bit more information by checking out some of the actual articles written about the transition, to get some quotes from them to see what they're saying about it and how this is going to play out. But essentially, Justin said he's fully happy to support the Steem community and they're not looking to take away from them. They're really just looking to add on top of it. So that's really, really good. And we know Tron is partnered with Samsung, Poloniex, Opera, and they just recently acquired DLive as well. So Tron has a lot of influence and power, and hopefully they're going to bring all that to the blockchain and empower that and improve it rather than siphoning it to Tron per se. So I'm really excited about this. It was definitely a shock. To be completely honest, I ended up selling a bunch of my Steem and putting most of it into Tron, because realistically, well, here's the thing, right? Realistically, if Tron now owns Steem and Tron does really well, then hopefully, based on the way that they roll this out, Steem does really well. So if you've got your Steem and Tron does well, then you might be good. But you might not be, depending on how they roll it out. But if you're invested in Tron, and with all these things that Tron's doing, Tron does really well, then you'll be good. So I think personally, it's a much safer investment to be invested in Tron rather than Steem. So that's what I've done personally. This isn't financial advice, but it is definitely something that you should consider, because I don't want a bunch of people to hate cryptocurrency because they lost all their money in Steem because something happened. Like, for all we know, it might go up because of this. This might just be a benefit to Steem, but I don't want to play that game, so I took the majority of my Steem, sold it into Tron, and I'm keeping the rest to see how things play out. I'm curious to know what you guys think, though. Like, what have your thoughts been on Steemit up to this point? What do you think about the new updates to Steemit with communities and the updates they made to profiles? What are your thoughts on this transition? What do you think about Tron? What do you think about DLive? There's a lot to speculate on here, so I'm curious to just hear from you guys and get your opinions. I waited a little long to put out this video, partially because I was selling my Steem and getting really concerned. It seemed like Steem got pumped last weekend, so who knows? I'm really curious to hear from you guys, though. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you did watch to the very end, thank you so much. Make sure to comment hashtag #1ham. I appreciate you guys listening to me, even though I have a stuffed nose. Hopefully it's not too annoying. But yeah, you guys are awesome. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'm Scott Cunningham, aka Scott C Business, signing off. Cheers.